Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. You guys are going to love this one. We're back in LA, interviewed a bunch of record collectors. Today's interview is with a guy named Blake. I'd never met Blake before. I just heard from a buddy of mine that Blake was just a really good record collector to know. Blake is my kind of guy, alright? He knows the quality stuff. He collects the stuff that most of us probably collect, but he always tries to get the white label promos, the hype stickers, and the shrink, all that stuff. Everything he had in his collection was absolutely stunning, beautiful. And so this video is just kind of all killer, no filler, showing some crazy stuff from his collection. One thing to note is that Blake has 3 different spots he keeps his record collection in. I talked to Blake like the day before and set this whole thing up, so we were only able to see one of his locations that he had records in. So I met him at his apartment where he just had a very small selection of things that he just enjoys on a regular basis. He has a couple more houses that he keeps stuff in, and I wasn't able to get out to those. So I asked him to send me some pictures and videos of some of the other records he had at his other places as he kind of bounced around, and he sent me some videos and some stuff that is just amazing. So as he's talking in the interview, you'll see that stuff flash on the screen. You'll get to see some of the stuff in the different parts of the collection that he has. So he shows all kinds of crazy stuff that you really never see. And I'm really excited for you guys to see this stuff. Also, don't forget, if you want to hear the full conversation between me and Blake, there's a lot of stuff that I wasn't able to include in this video. The full conversation will be in podcast form on our podcast. In the description of this video, I'll leave you the links to the Apple Music, Spotify, and web browser, so no matter what you have, you can hear it. My podcast is called the Vinyl Biography Podcast, and those links are in the description of this video. I've gotten so much positive feedback about this interview series. If you guys like this thing that I'm doing, I would love to do more of it. In order for that to be possible, these need to do well. So do all the things. I hate to ask, but leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, share the video. That's how the internet rewards me and makes these kind of worthwhile to where we can keep doing them. So with that out of the way, without any further ado, I would love for you guys to meet my new friend, Blake. On my way now to meet a guy named Blake. I've never met him before. A friend of mine told me, hey, he's a great guy to know. He's got a great record collection. He also deals and sells things. And so I'm going to sneak in here, interview him, talk to him a little bit about collecting, and then maybe try to sneak some records off of him.
So I am Blake Lahman. I have been collecting records since '98, so we're going almost on 30 years. I grew up in Fresno, California. I started actually collecting there, and then I moved to Santa Monica in 2001, where it really went from there and started going down just the hole from there. So Primus First Press, Black Sabbath white label promo with the promo sticker. I actually have another one of these with the timing strip, but it's crazy because I purchased this like 2 weeks before Ozzy died, which I got it for a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah.
First press, US copy, just got this not too long ago. I was stoked to find this. I've been looking for that for a long time. Pink Floyd Animals with the hype sticker. This has got the promo stamp, and the crazy thing about this, and I've only seen it once, but it has the press kit booklet, which is incredibly rare. Wow. I never see these. I think out of collecting, I think I've only seen it maybe once. But it's, yeah, super rare. I never see that, but picked that up not too long ago. I was pretty stoked. Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. This is another one that eluded me for years. I could not find this. This 91 press. This is one of my favorite records. I've been listening to this record since I was a kid. I found this with Alex at Record Safari. He had his anniversary sale, and I was stoked that I got this there. Doors Waiting for the Sun. This is a super clean mono press. Original copy. I don't think I've ever seen one this clean before. or this is their first album, but with the hype sticker. I've never seen this hype sticker before. Super rare. I think I've only seen one of those on Pop Psych.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've never seen this with the timing strip. I have looked at this record many times. I've never seen one like this before. Pretty rad. Promo copy, Waiting for the Sun.
Nice.
Beautiful white label promo.
Wow.
I got that maybe 3 or 4 months ago, but yeah, definitely a keeper for me. One of my favorite records of all time. Original US copy, absolutely gorgeous. Another white label promo. Just picked this up actually a week ago. It's got the timing strip on the back. Very cool.
What is your collection kind of focused towards? I know you've shown some cool promos and hype stickers. What are the things that you look for?
Really, if you're going by stuff that I love to collect the most, it's obviously white label promos. Like that would be by far the best thing for me. It gets me the most hyped, where I'm like, oh, there's either Steely Dan promo or just something. I'm like, sick. The white label promos get me. Sealed stuff. I love finding original sealed stuff with hype stickers. But if you're talking about genres, I will really collect everything. You know, it just, for me, punk, metal, classic rock is really where it's at. I love hip hop and rap. I grew up listening to it, so, but the problem is that's probably the hardest stuff for me to find. And when I do find it, it's destroyed. So, you know, that's the whole key is if you can find that original hip hop stuff, and can you find it clean? And it's kind of the same thing with punk. Right. Can you find it? And if you do find it, it's usually destroyed.
Right.
So, you know, that's why those genres are usually by far where it's at.
With the white label promos, I get a lot of people ask me. I love white label promos, by the way. I collect them. I have the Sabbath white label promo you're talking about with the timing strip. I've had several of them. I always gravitate towards those. What about promos do you think you like? What draws you to them, I guess?
Just the rarity of it, and sound quality I feel like is always a little bit better than those stock copies. You know, some people deny it. I feel like, I don't know if I'm just listening for it more, but it's, you know, those records usually came out before those stock copies. So to me, it's a first press. And they are very limited. They were only given out to so many radio stations. And some records were only really given out to like college radio stations, where it wasn't major label radio stations like stuff out here like, you know, K-Rock and stuff like that, where, you know, you'll see promos often with their call letters on it and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's just, having that promo copy is a very special copy to me.
Yeah.
You know, and especially if you can find like huge bands, Sabbath, Zeppelin, you know, the Doors, stuff like that. Those promo copies are, for me, is definitely where it's at. Oh yeah, dude, you want to see the Dylan for sure, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Dylan Highway 61 Revisited. This is a promo stock copy. I actually do have a white label promo of this. You can see the sticker or the promo stamp on the back. It's got the hype sticker. This included a portrait, which it does have. I can show you. It's got, I don't remember correctly, but I think when they re-released this and they did the hype sticker, it might have been a different color, and the earlier ones are the magenta color, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I think that was kind of the deal with that. I do know this has an alternate take on this, which is, indicating the first press on it for sure.
The Buick 6 harmonica intro.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And then this is the portrait that it came with, which is super rare.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, never see that.
Yeah, never see it. This is the translucent glow in the dark copy with all the hype stickers. Sealed copy, Rage Against the Machine from 2003. I think this was the last album they did. I think they re-released some stuff on Record Store Day, but this was a live version of this. It's got the hype sticker sealed. Took me a while to find that one. Beautiful French copy on Parlophone, absolutely gorgeous all the way around. Number of the Beast, original Japanese copy. Picked this up not too long ago. One of my favorite Maiden records by far. Super killer record. Super clean. The Obi's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, man, great copy. Silver Bullet. It's funny because that's actually on right now in the background. Super random, but yeah, I love horror soundtracks. Anytime I can pick them up, any of the Halloween ones, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, I collect them all. So any of these, I always try to find, and I was stoked to find this one. Great Stephen King movie. Best of Sex Pistols, Japanese press.
Cool.
Got the OB fully complete. Another one, Rush, self-titled. White label promo.
Oh,
yeah, I got a couple of these. I just found this one not too long ago. Pretty rad. It's got the hype sticker. A little bit of ring wear, but not too bad there. The record's really clean. Single soundtrack. Another one that's eluded me for a long time. Got another one of these. This is a UK first, super clean. Not much ring wear. Yeah, really nice copy of that one.
You have a lot of nice hype stickers.
Yeah, and you know, that's the one thing is like when you see that hype sticker, man, it's just that much more of a stoke. You know, like even finding a great record, but when I see that hype sticker, like Zeppelin 2, when I see that Whole Lot of Love hype sticker, I mean, my heart flutters for a second. It's just like, you know, it's like, oh. So sick. There's just so many cool hype stickers, and when you can find those, it is one of those things where it's like finding a diamond in the rough. It really is. A lot of people that are starting to collect records or don't collect records, they don't understand at all. I'll be like, oh my, all friends over here, and you know, I'll be like, dude, I just found this with this hype sticker, and they're like, what does it matter, bro? It's just a sticker. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Like, these were only put on so many, and it could only been this pressing plant. I have no idea, but you know,
this was different than that one, and I gotta have them both.
And it's, yeah, man. Sonic Youth, Trademark of Quality, Hendrix, and the Shrink.
Cool.
This one is on blue. Trademark of Quality stuff I love.
Yeah.
It's super, you know, yeah, man, that, K&S, any of the multicolor stuff like that, I'm super into. But yeah, Trademark of Quality is definitely where it's at. Another one here, man, this is crazy because this actually it's a white label promo. It's got a blank label too.
Whoa.
Yeah, which kind of tripped me out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that is a gigantic promo sticker.
I've never seen a promo sticker that big.
Yeah.
And I've never seen one on that record, man.
That's so
and I
cool.
was like, if I'm going to get a promo sticker on a Waylon record, I'm hoping it's that one. And there we go.
Boom.
Let's see here. The Sundays, that's a UK First Press. That's another Sgt. Pepper. This is a UK First Press on the Parlophone label. Green Day 39 Smooth and Kerplunk original sealed pressings. Sealed with the hype. I don't see this hype sticker very often.
That's really rad.
Yeah, pretty rad. It's an original UK pressing of The Cure. Black Sabbath, that's an original press from, I think this record came out in the early 90s. Don't see this one too often.
Yeah.
Prodigy, first press, great record.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, promo copy. It's got the hype sticker. I don't ever see those promos. Smith's original UK copy. It's a splatter waxed one, German.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got a few of these. Pretty cool. Another, I think this is another UK first press. Yeah, another UK one. It's on blue vinyl. Pretty rad. Sealed copy.
Wow.
Yeah. Japanese on red, which is kind of rad. This is another color vinyl, Netherlands one.
Netherlands, yeah.
Yeah, it's on like a cream one, pretty cool. Especially with that, yeah, really rad. You know, the hype sticker for me is definitely makes it just that much sweeter. You ever seen the Doors Strange Days hype sticker?
I think I've seen it. I definitely don't have one. Show it to me. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is really nice.
Yeah, it's sick.
Show it in the camera. That's beautiful. You seem very much quality over quantity. Like, you don't have a ton of records here.
No.
Every single one of them is a record I would love to find.
Yes, yeah, man. I mean, if you went through any of this, like, if you were just like, hey, just, you know, what's a couple of your AC/DC records that you have just in here, and like, you know, for just example, just, you know, stuff I listen to.
Oh yeah, In the Shrink, Time and Strip. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
When I was growing up, my dad loved Pink Floyd, so you know, I just remember getting like the old Taurus, and he would throw on, you know, Dark Side. For some reason, man, as a kid, even when I was young, that would come on, and my dad would throw it on a tape, so we'd have to switch over to the side. But it would, as a kid, I just honestly understood how it just flowed. At a young age, it just all made sense to me.
Yeah.
And at that age, most people wouldn't even think, like, when you're 8, 9 years old, maybe all of that would even make sense to you. But it just, for some reason, me listening to it, it all just made sense. You should check this out too, dude. It's one of the very first Pink Floyd shows ever in the U.S. It's an unused concert ticket.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I need
crazy.
to actually put it in something a little bit better here. Here's cool Metallica stuff. Let's see here, man. These are all first pressings, Mega Force, and yeah, man, a lot of cool stuff. Stuff like this. Black Album, and then let's see here, man. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Minor Threat. Let's start with the M's here. You know, another Mother Love Bone here. Got this one's, I think it's actually promo stamped if I remember correctly. See, yeah, it's got the promo stamp, which is kind of cool. It's like a play copy of mine. Blue vinyl, yeah, man, really nice copy of Blue, first press. Melvin's first press. Yeah, man, there's this Meat Puppets. I mean, a lot of cool stuff. I mean, you can start going through. Here's Ozzy stuff, Operation Ivy, you know, all stuff that I've basically kind of held on to and have duplicates of. Man, just with the hype sticker, yeah, man, it's first press. I'm gonna start pulling some of this out, man. Let's see here, dude. Dolly, kind of random stuff in here. My biggest thing is, like, I hate when there's seam splits. You know, I don't mind a seam split as much in the middle of the record, you know, but when it is on the edges and it's basically coming apart, it's just something I absolutely hate. Now, it's not that I won't buy that record, especially if it's something I can swap, like, you know, I have a better cover, or, you know, this record's great, but that's one thing for me for sure, is like seam splits, ring wear, kind of, you know, people will just have bad covers sometimes, and I'm like, oh man, that is just not my jam. I always like to have something that's complete, where it's absolutely beautiful. Same thing, VG Plus, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. If it's something super rare and there's some marks on it, obviously.
Yeah.
If it's, you know, especially if it's something I'm at an estate sale or yard sale, and I'm getting it for $2, of course.
Right.
You know, but most of the time, you know, if you're going through my collection, everything's going to be VG Plus or more.
Is that something you feel like you have enough records? Do you feel like you're always wanting more, I guess?
I always want more, man. And that's the problem, is it never ends. I'll be finally, like, knock off a majority of lists of just things where I'm like, okay, like, I should be good for a while. And it just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It just doesn't ever end.
Well, the more you find, the more you realize you need, and
it's more just also the hunt.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing, man. It's going out there, putting in the time. You know, that's the thing too, is it's like anything. If you put in the time, you put in the work, you're gonna have the success.
Yeah.
And I talk to a lot of people, and they'll be like, hey man, I went to this shop, or I went here, or I went there, and I don't find anything. And I'm like, well, you know, how often do you go? And they're like, oh man, like, you know, once every 3 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's not gonna cut it. Like, if you want to find heat and you want to start, you know, really building, you got to get out there, and you got to dig, and you got to, you know, go to the estate sales, you got to go to the yard sales, you got to put in the time, and you got to go to the shops, and, you know, you got to dig. And that's my thing, is most people will always be like, you know, I'm in, you know, like Amoeba, like people will be looking at the walls, like everything's just the walls, and it's got to be on the walls, and half the heat I find is in the bins.
Yeah.
You know, they're just putting it in there, or it's mispriced, or somebody just was pricing so much that they just,
Yeah.
let's just get it out.
Yeah.
And it just goes out there, man. And if you put in the work, and, you know, you'd be surprised at what could happen. So, Maiden through here, oh yeah, man, ton of Maiden. If you're ever looking for stuff like this, man, I mean, it's all in here. Got it all, man.
Cool.
Yeah, dude.
So, have you ever tried to get out of it? Have you ever tried to get rid of your stuff?
No, man. So I had a lot more records, okay? I basically was like, I need to start doing something. So the amount. So the thing is, man, is so in the 90s, I was just buying and buying and buying.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like late 90s where
Yeah.
nobody cared.
Yeah.
It was like I would go to thrift stores and I was buying the amount of horror soundtracks where they were just basically just like, take these. Like, we just need to make room for clothes. Like, what is, like, you know, and I was quarter a piece. And when Tower went out of business, I was just, I can't even begin to tell you, man. In Santa Monica, right by the bar that I was going to, there was literally a Tower Records right next door to this bar, the Britannia. And I was just crushing it. They were bringing boxes of just sealed, just 80s records, man. Guns N' Roses, Skid Row, Poison, everything, man. Hype stickers, everything, all just Tower stickers on them, and they were just clearance, $1.50, $1.75. And
What year was that?
Yeah, man, this was probably 2000 and maybe 4.
Yeah.
Right around there, 3, when
Yeah.
Tower started going out, man. And they were, and this one was just boxes, man. Nobody cared. Everyone was just like, oh, I'm buying CDs, I'm buying shirts. I was the only guy, man. And they'd be all in the front, and here I am, just I would spend $50, man, and walk out. I'd be like, can I just take the whole box?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it was just wild, man. I mean, the amount of sealed stuff I have just from that alone, and at that time too, man, records were extremely cheap. My family asked me almost every week, man, like,
Oh, really?
what are you doing? Like, you have all these records. What are you doing? Like, you know, and I don't know, man. You know, like, I think about it. You know, sometimes it's like, should I just part with a bunch of shit and just, you know, chill and, you know, make life a little bit easier sometimes? But then all the fun's gone.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing, man. It's like, it started as a hobby that turned into me making money, that turned into me being able to, like, support myself with it. I don't know what I would do then, you know? Like, there's a couple things in life that I love that keep me entertained. I love to surf, but collecting records is right there too, man. So it's just that hunt. This is super rad, dude, because this has the other guitarist on it. It doesn't have Ace Frehley. It's a Brazilian one, so super hard to find. It's the only Record Store Day record I bought in probably like 5 years, bro. When Malfunction came out and they were doing that, I was like, I have to have that. Really rad. Morrissey, color vinyl. Anthrax. I actually got that with Alex. Melvins. Autographed by the entire band. Signed by Johnny Rotten.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Get a close up of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Scorpions, I don't see that one very often. Promo copy with all the stuff fully loaded.
Yeah.
And then a few more here. Another Japanese copy. I actually don't ever see this one. First press. And last but not least.
There you go.
And there we go. All stuff I've picked up in the past year. The one thing is that I always try to tell people, man, nowadays, especially collecting records, is just be cool, you know?
Yeah.
I go out and a lot of people know me in LA, man. A lot of people know I'm out there on the hunt. Even at sales, man, I know, you know, people are looking for certain things. I will grab things for people.
Yeah.
You know, and like, hey man, I know you were looking for this, and like, thank you so much. Like, Chris has thanked me so many times, man, because I've tried to pull things for him, and like, you know, he's been, oh, I couldn't find this record, and I'm like, here you go, bro, I got it for you, you know. And or there has been many times where I have pulled records to sell, and I will be walking around and people have been like, hey man, like, you know, I really was, you know, looking for that record, and I know I'm going to sell it, and I know I'm going to make some money on it, and I know this guy really just wants it for himself, and I have passed it over to them, and they have been so stoked.
Right.
And just honestly, sometimes even the look on those people's faces has been worth even just like finding that record.
Yeah.
Because it's like just seeing those people, like, you know, because they know that I collect for myself, but, you know, I also will make money with stuff. And just having that knowledge, you know, you can make money if you know what you're doing. So when I have done that for people, you know, it's also very pleasing to see
Yeah.
people with that stoke. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we put stuff out, and I know there's guys like you that are coming and they're scooping stuff up and they're going to sell it. But the thing is, we all do it.
Of course.
Everybody does it.
Of course.
If you get down to a certain point of collecting, every single person that I interview or talk to that have been collected for more than 10 years, every single one of them sells. Like the house I just went to, the guy, like, strictly nothing's for sale. But then he's like, well, man, I do have some stuff for sale. I have a couple boxes of stuff that I'm going to sell on Discogs or whatever. And so everybody, like, they have that in mind, like, okay, if I get this record and it's nicer than mine at home, I'm going to sell mine at home and I'm going to swap it out. Everybody deals because you have to deal to get some extra cash to get the stuff. That's part of it.
Exactly.
It's a healthy
Exactly.
part of it. That keeps the commerce rolling. And
Exactly,
it's
man.
necessary. So, you know, I get guys that come in the shop and they got stacks this big, and I know they're going to go sell them. I don't care.
most of the time, man, you know, it's a good time. I enjoy meeting new people and getting out there and meeting you, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I follow you. I know you do a lot of stuff with records, and yeah, man, it's a good time.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It turned out great. I really loved sitting and talking to him and seeing just some of the really cool stuff in just this time capsule pristine condition. I know you guys probably enjoyed it too. If you want to support our channels, what we're doing, make sure to check out our website. I have a ton of exclusive releases and label releases on our website. You picking those things up helps support what we do. The link is in the description of this video to our website. But this month's exclusive is Covetous Jute Wide Open. We talked about that in our last interview series. We also have Granicus, super heavy. If you like the early 70s hard rock, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, heavy stuff, you will love Granicus. Same with this one, Demian. It's an exclusive. Ours, 300 copies on colored vinyl. This one's a great one too, early 70s, super heavy hard rock. Same with this one, Bang, essential early 70s rock. If you like a lot of the classic rock stuff that we all love, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, Blue Oyster Cult, stuff like that, you will love these records, so make sure to check them out. Thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.